Hi guys, I'm Editor James. Today I'm back with a G80 luxury sedan produced by Genesis. Starting with the front, what do you see? I see a huge crest grille. Alright, just like when I have reviewed the GV80, it has a really humongous crest grille. And in the front, we have like a radar sensor, I guess. This is like kind of like, you know, it detects like what's ahead of you when you are driving. And on the bottom, again, you know, we have another like a small section of grills. We have a little bit of a chrome moldings right here. As you can see, the shape of this grill reminds me of a shield. But I think the emblem and the grill itself, I think they match really well together. Genesis has made the car really iconic because it has huge crested grille, and I think they did a really great job on it. Let's go to the headlamp. Just like a GV80, they also have a quad LED lamp, which is now it's becoming like Genesis identity. Most of the Genesis cars, well, I will say all the Genesis lines have a quad LED lamp system. So I'm still not very used to looking at these types of lights, but you know what? This types of a light, I think it looks actually better than GV80. Maybe it's because it's a sedan. They have made a very detailed design. And these the LED lights right here, just below the LED light, you know, we have the daylight, right? And we can also use it as a blinker, as you can see. But it also has all these patterns in it. It's not just the light, but it has all these patterns in it. So we can see how Genesis has made it so detailed. Again, the first thing that catches your eyes, I think, is the rims. This is 20-inch, and it is equipped with what? Pirelli Zero all-season tires. The size, the thickness of the spoke is, you know, I guess it's pretty good. And then, yeah, it's a Pirelli tire, which is really, you know, good brand. And also, I see the 4-piston. The front brake, it's really humongous, and it will also make your driving very safe. Again, let's go to the side marker. It's no different from GV80. Just like I told you earlier, all those Genesis lines are equipped with, you know, 2-line side markers. Just like, you know, when the front headlamp has 2 lines, side markers also have 2 lines, and it also you can also use it as blinkers. You know, looking at from the side, this is kind of like a fastback type of 4-door sedan. So a lot of people are comparing G80 to Mercedes-Benz E-Class, Audi A6. But I personally think, since this is like a fastback type, you know, 4-door sedan, I don't know, it should go with maybe Audi A7. Or I don't know, but size-wise, I guess BMW 5 Series, Audi A6, A7. But style-wise, I think it's, in my personal opinion, best to compare with Audi A7. I personally like the design because this, even though this is a 4-door sedan, but it kind of looks like a sports car. Beautiful line right here, fastback type, and all these character lines right here. I think it makes the car look really beautiful. All right, now looking at the back. All right, do you remember this from GV80? A lot of people thought that this was number 4, but actually this is AWD, which is standing for all-wheel drive. And looking at the tail lamp, which I'm still not used to it, but like I told you earlier when I was reviewing the front, I think these types of taillights or the headlights, it looks a lot better on a sedan, not on SUV. Even the small buttons right here, which is actually the trunk open button. Yeah, it looks like it has a spoiler, but it doesn't. It's just designed that way, so maybe it will make the car very aerodynamic. And one other thing that I want to tell you is that, like, when you are backing, there's a rear parking lights right here. At nighttime when you're parking, you're gonna see 3 dots from this lights right here. Yeah, it's a little consideration that Genesis has made, and then you will make the backing or parking a lot safer. Now I'm sitting in the back. I have enough space in my leg right here, so I don't feel that this is like really small space. It's just more than enough. But one thing that you need to take a look at, or you need to make a consideration before buying a Genesis G80, is that I guess if you're a really tall person, this might get in your way. Take a look at my my hair right here. Do you see it touching it? I am 5'11", 230 pounds. I have enough space right here. My leg is very comfortable, but my hair is keep on touching it right here. It's really comfortable, but as you can see, my hair is still touching it. Like I said, I'm 5'11", 180 centimeters tall. Let's take a look at the door. You know, we have a power window button right here. But one thing that kind of surprised me is that when I was reviewing GV80, the sunscreen, the curtain, it was automatic, but this needs to be manually done. But anyway, here we have speakers. I believe this is a Lexicon speakers. Genesis G80 is equipped with 18 Lexicon speakers. You're gonna have a little band inside your car. Now let's go to the controller right here. We have a climate control system right in the center. So basically, you know, you can just use automatic auto button, or if you want to just make it a little bit colder, you can change your climate, the temperature, using these buttons, right? And this is the strength of your wind right here. So, you know, nothing new, nothing difficult. It's very clean, and it's very easy to look at. This is the Napa leather, really soft. Looks like you are very well treated. This is Genesis G80 luxury brand from Hyundai, so I think they use a top quality, the Napa leather seat. And here I'm opening the armrest. Boom! Wow! Now looking at the controller, we have a power button. L stands for left, R stands for right. So when you press the power button, the rear monitor, it just turns on. This is 9.2-inch screen. So from the screen right here, you can do a whole lot more. You can listen to all the sound, the camera setup. Let's just try a couple things right here. This is also touch type, so you can use the shutter right here, but you can just simply touch the screen. It shows like what's ahead of you. Pressing these buttons right here, it shows what's behind you, on the side. This is amazing, I think. Let's go back to the controller. This is like an automatic seat right here, so you can go back, you can go to the front. Again, right here, it works as a heating seat, cooling seat. So I'm surprised that it has a whole this controller a system right here. So you can do that all. You can do all that by yourself. Now I'm on a driver's seat. Again, like I said, I am 5'11". In centimeters, I'm 180 centimeters. But again, the one thing I want you to look at carefully is my head. This is a fastback type. This is a 4-door sedan, but because the car is kind of, how can I say, it's kind of flat. It's not very top wide. So my hair is constantly touching. I wouldn't say it's very disturbing, but it's definitely not a comfortable feeling. You know, first thing when you're sitting in the driver's seat is to make sure that you have to fasten your seatbelt. And then you have to adjust your seat position. Again, G80, just like a GV80, if you're touching all these buttons on the side, it shows where your fingers are, right? So it's the one thing kind of amazes me. Like just touching those buttons using your fingers, it tells you like where your fingers are. Again, yes, this has all this massaging function, pelvic stretching, lumbar stretching, whole body stretching, and you can simply turn it off. 14.5 wide inch this infotainment screen. It gives you a whole lot more than what you can actually see. So even when you're driving, well, you can see a lot more than before. This is like touch type, so now on the navigation mode, but this has a lot of functions as well. Now let's go to the cluster. This is 12.3 inch wide cluster, and this is a 3-dimensional. So every time you switch the drive mode, right now I'm on a comfort mode, but if you change to sports mode, eco mode, it changes to blue. Custom, well, we haven't set up any custom, so very simple, very clean. Now HUD, it is a lot bigger and wider compared to HUDs from different cars, so it makes your driving a lot more helpful, a lot safer, and a lot more convenient. Now, one thing I want to tell you about the steering wheel. Yeah, it's a beautiful Napa leather, very beautiful, very soft. Wow, the grip is really good, very soft. It has all the functions on the steering wheel. And one thing that also caught my eye was that it's the real wood trim right here. This is the real wood, guys. Now let's go to the sunroof. This is not really a panorama sunroof, but it's really long and wide because this is a fastback type, and then the roof itself is a lot longer. Even though the sunroof is really wide, but it doesn't really open all the way. I guess it's because of the safety purposes, but it's good enough. Well, I'm gonna make sure that my hair doesn't get stuck. The covering of the roof, I don't think this is an Alcantara. This is, I think, just a suede. Interesting. GV80 has Alcantara, but it has a suede. Kind of making me curious why. Now let's go to the center control system right here. Kia Sorento didn't give me any feedback on the buttons, but G80 had the feedback. So let's try to touch this. It gives me beeping noise as well as the feedback, so you know what you're doing. Now let's go to the center right here. Yeah, here we have seen this before, that you can actually write the letters, so go to the navigation menu. It says enter name, address, or phone number, English, and then try to write my favorite place, IKEA. They have a really good food there over there. As you can see, yes, you can simply write letters in English, and I'm pretty sure you can just go by each letter, just clicking each letter to complete the address, or you can simply just write on it. But I think typing is still a little faster. Now we have another dial typed transmission buttons right here. Hitting the brake, you can just twist it all the way to the right hand side, then it will switch to driver mode. If you want to go to reverse mode, just switch it all the way to the left. Going to the neutral, just a gentle twist to the right. And parking, just press the P button. And followed by, on the right hand side, we have P. What is P mode? Oh, this is the camera mode. It shows what's behind you, and you can swipe it to see what's around it. Here, real wood. I personally kind of like it because it makes the car looks very luxurious. And right here too, we have a couple USB ports, a wireless phone charging system right here. So simply you can just leave your phone. Now I'm gonna pop the hood and I'm gonna show you what's underneath it. Okay, Genesis had 3 models: 2.2 diesel, 2.5 turbo, and 3.5 turbo. What I test drove today is 3.5 turbo. Now you want to take a look at it. The one thing that kind of surprised me is that the strap bar on each side. 2.2 diesel models will be also available in Korea, but most likely in North America. 2.5 turbo and 3.5 turbo gasoline models will be released. So I don't know when exactly it will be released, but please, once the G80 is released in your local Hyundai dealer, please pay a visit and test drive it. You're gonna like it. Now it's the most exciting part. Let's go for a test drive. Alright, I'm gonna start at the comfort mode. Looking at the screen right now, it has air mode. This is like playing like, the Mario Kart, it's so fun. I'm using the right side blinker. Do you see what's behind you? Who thought of that idea? I think this is amazing. But today I'm driving 3.5 turbo gasoline engine, so I'm expecting a lot more. But this is not a really sports sedan, so I think it's more likely comfort sedan. So I don't think it's gonna give you really like M3, M4 like powerful acceleration. But since it has about 380 horsepower, I think it should give me more than enough. Wow. Because it is gasoline, like this is so quiet. Oh my god. The 4-piston Genesis brake is an excellent. It seems like the car is reading like the condition of the road. As far as I know, I don't know exactly what you're gonna call it, but if I make a direct translation, it has a preview electric control suspension. I think there is a small camera or sensor like on the front windshield, and it reads the condition of the road, so it gives you advanced response on road condition. Basically what it does again is that it reads the condition of the road. So let's just say if you have a speedy bumps in front of you or ahead of you, the car is getting ready to give you less impact when you pass the speed bumps. As you can see, the road condition is not so great, but I'm not hitting the brake on purpose to see how the suspension feels. Amazing job. Wow. One of the buttons I see on the steering wheel is that, there's a little buttons with lines on the side, on each side, and a steering wheel in the middle. Let me try to activate it. So what it does is that it makes your car stay within the lines on each side. So every time I try to go out of it, it goes back to, it sends you the car right in the middle of the two lines on each side. I mean, of course, you have to put your hands on the steering wheel at all time, but activating this button, I don't know what you call it, but activating this button, yeah, your car will stay within the lane no matter what. So if you are trying to go out of it, you can feel that the steering wheel is trying to turn back to where it originally was. So you see that? It just goes back to where it was. Yeah. Now speed bumps. I'm not hitting the brake on purpose. Great. Again, the condition of the road is not so great. There are speed bumps, but I'm not hitting the brake on purpose just to feel what the suspension is like. Okay, there was a pretty big speed bumps right here, but if I was driving other car, I'm pretty sure I would have jumped and probably, hit the roof, hit the ceiling, but it did what it needed to do. Amazing job, Genesis. All right, let me make a turn. Let me try to accelerate. Listen to the sound of the engine. This is the sport mode. Here we go. The sound of an engine is not really coming from the engine. It's actually active sound. So on the setting of the car, I guess you can choose the active sound. Oh yeah, and it comes out only on a sports mode. Acceleration is great, but you can feel that, okay, the car is not very lightweight. it's pretty heavy. So if you're, even though it has about 380 horsepower, if you're expecting like a Kia Stinger type of acceleration, like a BMW M3 type of acceleration, I think you are in a wrong car. The setting of this car is not really sports typed. If you're expecting driving without distraction or without harming your comfortness, then G80 is what you're looking for. It's 380 horsepower. It gives you enough, it has enough power, so making a good acceleration, passing cars, that shouldn't be a problem. Like I said, it's just two different types of acceleration. It's not very dynamic or sporty, but it's comfortable. But it has enough power to make an acceleration. I cannot put them in a better words, but I want to say it's more than enough. Plus it's gasoline. Wow, it's pretty fast. The competition models are E-Class, Audi A6, BMW 5 Series. So the performance-wise, I think it's no worse than any of those cars. So perhaps, you know what, perhaps it might be even better. Guys, I'm telling you one more time, but this car is really quiet. G80 is not a sports sedan, but it's a luxury sedan. It makes your car driving very safe and very comfortable. I have to say that. I mean, I'm a type of a driver who's looking for fun in driving, but this car makes you feel very comfortable. Wow. Today I have just reviewed Genesis G80. Overall, it's a really great car. If you're looking for something comfortable, something safe, something very safe, I strongly suggest Genesis G80. Please test drive Genesis G80 at your local Hyundai dealer. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. Of course, the choice is up to you, but this is no worse than other cars such as Audi A6, PM5 series, Mercedes E-Class. Hyundai is definitely elevating up to a level right now, so please, you are not gonna regret it. You're gonna actually love it. Thank you for watching the video. We'll try to come back with a better review next time.